2 hours ago, the world mourns Eric Braeden, a young and restless legend dies peacefully at home. It is with heavy hearts that we report the peaceful passing of beloved actor Eric Braeden, the iconic face behind Victor Newman on The Young and the Restless. Only 2 hours ago, surrounded by loved ones, he took his final breath in the comfort of his home, a place filled with memories, laughter, and the echoes of an extraordinary life. At 83 years old, Eric Braeden was more than just a veteran actor, he was a symbol of consistency, passion, and timeless charisma. He brought to life a character so deeply etched in the annals of soap opera history that generations came to know and love him simply as Victor. For over 4 decades, his portrayal of the powerful, complex, and often ruthless business magnate became the soul of The Young and the Restless. His death marks not just the end of a life, but the closing of an era. Eric's passing was not unexpected. He had battled illness in recent years. Yet he had continued to work, show up, and inspire millions. Only weeks ago, he was seen visiting the studio, laughing with co-stars, and speaking about how much he loved his fans. To those around him, he was more than an actor. He was a mentor, a friend, and a warrior who lived with dignity and strength. Born Hans-Georg Gudegast in Germany, Eric immigrated to the United States and carved a career path that defied all odds. From struggling actor to household name, his journey was paved with relentless dedication and passion for his craft. But it was in 1980 that his life would change forever, when he was cast as Victor Newman, a role initially meant to be short-lived. But such was his power on screen that fans demanded he stay. And he did, for over 40 years. As The Young and the Restless fans know, Victor Newman was not an easy character. He was flawed, driven, tender at times, ruthless at others, and Eric brought every dimension to life with authenticity. Behind the scenes, however, Eric Braeden was a completely different man. Known for his warmth, humility, and unmatched work ethic, he often used his platform to speak about social justice, honor veterans, and advocate for the arts. In 2023, when Eric announced he had been diagnosed with bladder cancer, fans rallied around him. His courage was breathtaking. He shared updates, smiled through treatments, and kept working. "I will beat this," he had said, and he did, for as long as his body allowed. In the end, he left this world not in pain or fear, but with grace, peacefully, in his own home, surrounded by the love he gave so freely. Tributes have already begun pouring in from across the entertainment world. Co-stars like Melody Thomas Scott, Nikki Newman, Joshua Morrow, Nick, and Amelia Heinel, Victoria, shared heartbreaking messages, remembering him not just as an actor, but as a man who shaped their lives. Melody wrote, "I've lost my TV husband, my mentor, my friend. Eric taught me what strength and professionalism look like every single day. I will miss his laughter, his wisdom, and his beautiful soul." Joshua Morrow added, "He was a giant in every sense of the word, but always made room for others to shine. He never let us forget how lucky we were to tell stories for a living. I owe him more than I can say." Even beyond the Y&R family, stars from Hollywood, Broadway, and international screens offered their condolences. Eric Braeden was a unifying figure, admired not just for his talent, but for his heart. He was never caught in scandal. He never lost touch with his roots. And he never took his fans for granted. Eric once said in an interview, "I am humbled every day by the love I receive. If I can make someone smile, or feel something through my work, then I've done my job." And oh, how he succeeded. His legacy extends far beyond daytime television. Eric Braeden appeared in films like Titanic, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, and Colossus, The Forbin Project. He was also a respected voice in humanitarian work, particularly supporting veterans and causes related to immigrant rights. In every role, both on and off screen, he carried a regal presence, a man who never forgot who he was, where he came from, or why he mattered. In his final days, those close to him say he spent a lot of time reflecting, writing, and talking to family. "He wasn't afraid," said one source. He told us he had lived a full life, a life he was proud of. And he wanted everyone to know that he had no regrets. As fans reel from the loss, CBS has announced that a special tribute episode will air later this week on The Young and the Restless, celebrating Victor Newman and the man who embodied him with such power and elegance. Producers say the episode will include never-before-seen footage, cast reflections, and a final farewell that will honor both the character and the man behind him. Social media is now flooded with messages, fans sharing their favorite Victor Newman scenes, personal stories of meeting Eric Braeden, and the way he touched their lives. One fan wrote, "I started watching Y&R with my grandma. We bonded over Victor's speeches and eyebrow raises. Losing him feels like losing part of my family." And truly, that's what Eric Braeden was, family to millions. A daily fixture in living rooms, a symbol of strength, and a source of inspiration. He taught us that no matter how many times life knocks you down, you stand tall, you fight back, and you hold your head high. Eric Braeden leaves behind his wife, Dale, his son Christian, a successful filmmaker, and legions of fans across the globe. He also leaves behind a question, one that no show, no producer, no writer has yet been able to answer. What is The Young and the Restless without Victor Newman? For now, there are no answers, only grief, memories, and gratitude. Rest in peace, Eric Braeden. You were, are, and always will be the heart of daytime television. May your spirit live on in the stories we tell, the lives you touched, and the legacy you leave behind.